friends, let's talk planner discontent for a minute. So I filmed a plan with me for this spread that just was a hot mess, and that footage is never to see the light of day. Although the spread itself turned out pretty cute. But in there I talked about something that I do kind of really want to discuss because I think it's kind of interesting, which is changing your planner based on your mood, or at least how I do it. So I've been in the Common Planner since the beginning of the year, so we're at 4.5 months now, and I have really liked it. I have never really seriously considered switching in that time. I do like to keep my eyes on the other book planners that come out, mostly because I'm a design nerd, more than anything else, but I think it's kind of fascinating. But let's talk about how I've been feeling the last few weeks. So back at the beginning of April, I had this layout here, which was the first time I was actually using the planner with the layout as it was printed. All previous weeks have been changed for a variety of reasons, but I wanted to try it this week just to see how it went, and I really enjoyed it. I had been afraid that work was going to take up too much room, it was going to feel too empty. This isn't my work planner, and so I was anxious about the hourly vertical, but I really liked it, so I kept doing it, and I kept doing it, and I kept doing it, and doing it, and doing it. However, in this week, I totally fell off the wagon. It's fairly filled in up here now, although you can see not here. I didn't have anything on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday until late Sunday evening, when I just kind of backfilled it, and as you can see, got a little sassy about it. I just was in a funk. It didn't have anything to do with my planner or my pens or the stickers or the colors. I liked all of that. I just was not motivated to be in here. And that's fine. Your planner should work for you. If it's not working for you, take a break, figure something else out, switch it up. I don't think we should feel guilty here. But it is important to me personally because I think of each of these spreads as kind of an art project, which you can see here, that I wanted it to look filled out and I wanted it to look pretty. So I did go in and fill it, or write things in it, visually fill it, even not if it wasn't content filled. That's up to personal preferences, but I kind of like the art project and I like paging through. But I decided it was time for a change, because while I enjoy this layout and I expect to definitely come back to it, it does involve more multiple times a day interacting with it to fill it in, and then to go back and fill the gaps in afterwards. So I didn't put these stamps in as I was having my day. It was as gaps formed, I went back and stamped in there, and I really enjoy that. But there are some weeks where I am wanting to touch my planner, and there are some weeks where I'm just not. And so this was a week I just wasn't. And so instead of causing myself angst about it or whatever, I decided it was time to switch. So I switched back to this layout, which I've done several times before, this kind of Hobonichi Weeks style layout. What I like about this one compared to these is this involves a lot less messing with it during the day. You know, I set up all the pretty bits on Sunday. Now, as I'm going through, I'm just adding things to my task list and checking them off. I'm doing a little bit of doodling for the weather, but really it's asking a lot less of me on each given day, and that is what I currently have to give it. And I just wanted to hop on here and talk a little bit about like listening to those cues and being flexible to not force yourself into something that's like not jiving with how you're feeling, and to like just to lean in and to switch to something that like fits a little better that day, that week, and then you can always switch to something else. What I particularly like about the Sterling Ink Common Planner is how easy it is to change these layouts, because the print is pretty light, it's pretty easy to obscure it, and so it gives me a lot of freedom to just kind of follow those whims and to change it based on how I feel any given week. That's why when I say I needed a change, I needed a change from my layout. I needed a change from my style. I didn't actually need a change from my physical planner book, and that feels really good. And it's one of the reasons that I've been really happy here, is that like I still feel as if I have that freedom. Now people have asked, why don't you just bullet journal? And like I could and I might, but honestly I am to a certain extent, but there are times when I'm using the layout as printed, and there's times where it's convenient that like it's already predated with the days. And so even though when I'm doing this, I can copy the numbers in, and that's nice. So, you know, make it your own, follow your intuition, and be kind to yourself. Anyways, I'll talk to you again soon. Bye, friends.